Hey guys, how's it going? Let's discuss a little bit of tax related stuff today while I'm walking my dogs. And in fact, I was very naive about these things and I let my accountant take care of most of it. But nowadays I'm thinking like, my God, this is such an important thing that we all really need to know more about it. So I'm forcing myself to read a lot about this. So I'm going to ask you 6 questions and let's see how many of you really know the answers for these. The first question is, what form do we use in the United States to file our taxes? And the answer is very easy. It's 1040, right? And then the second question is, when was 1040 first used in the United States? And the answer is to file 1913 tax return. And in fact, what they say is that, Form 1040 was introduced on January the 5th, like today, back in 1914. So it was introduced 111 years ago, and we still use the same form, of course, with a lot of modification. And then the third question is, what was the minimum dollar amount that a person needed to have earned back then to file income tax? And the answer is $3,000. Because it looks like it was a large amount of money to make at the time. So anybody who made less than $3,000, they were not expected to file their tax return. So less than 1% of the people filed the tax return at the time. And question number 4 is, what is the minimum amount of money that is needed for a person to make in 2025 to file their tax return? Like students and people who make less amount of money. So what is the minimum amount? And did you guys know that, it usually, correlates with your standard deduction? So, the standard deduction for single filers for 2025 is $15,750. And the standard deduction for, married couple filing jointly, that is $31,500. So if you made any money less than, those numbers, then you don't have to file tax. You don't have to file tax return. Did you know that? Okay. And the last question is about excise tax. Did you guys know that when you buy certain products like alcohol and tobacco and cigarettes, you know, those things, you're not only paying sales tax, as a buyer, but you're also paying excise tax through the seller. And obviously the seller is going to, bounce that excise tax onto you as a buyer. Did you know that? So when you buy alcohol products, cigarettes and all that, so on your receipts, you'll see that there's a sales tax included, but the excise tax is bundled with the sale of that item, and then the seller has to pass the tax to the government. So that's excise tax. So in a way, it's kind of like a double taxation to discourage people from buying alcohol, tobacco, etc. I hope you enjoyed this post. I'll talk to you later in my next post, guys. Goodbye.